I sell accounting services to real estate entrepreneurs,
Okay.
so property managers, developers. We're doing 250K this year. We're only 11 months in.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. I would like to be at, 100K per month,
Cool.
right?
If you're stuck grinding cold DMs, drowning in back-end chaos, and wondering why your business is still not scaling, this video is about to hit hard. Welcome back to Daily Revenue Report, and in this live discussion, Alex Hormozi breaks down exactly why this accounting business is stuck at $250,000. And the brutal truth about lead generation, time leverage, and the real reason you're not hitting 100K months. This is raw, unfiltered scaling advice straight from the trenches. If you like breakdowns like this from Alex Hormozi and others, hit that like and subscribe button because we drop videos like this every single day.
I think what's stopping me is not enough leads.
Yeah.
I've been doing like cold DMs,
Yeah.
cold email, and people here told me to do more of those things, but I'm kind of tapped out. Like it's becoming a mess.
You personally?
No, like software, and I have a VA that's helping me.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what to do to get more
Okay.
leads.
Yeah. So you sell to real estate professionals, and when you say real estate, okay. DMs via social media?
Yeah, LinkedIn, Instagram. LinkedIn is really what's driving it.
Okay.
I'd say. I also do podcasts, like I guest on podcasts.
Uh-huh.
It's been 4. That's gotten me some clients as well. It's really been like a spread across all those things. And
Yeah, that's
none
okay,
of them
though.
is,
Yeah.
I would take those podcasts, I would clip them up, and I would post them from 10, 20, 30, as many different accounts as I could. Or if you have the money, you can actually pay people at a CPM of like 10 to 50 cents, and they'll post those clips for you, and you only pay them for the views they get. That would drive a bunch more traffic to the podcast, and ultimately on the podcast is where he's pitching his services. So that could be a tool.
So do you have somebody else who's doing the actual services?
Well, yeah, like an offshore team that takes care of 95% of the heavy lifting.
So you're just in charge of acquisition, primarily.
That's-
Like you need to
well,
market and
I
sell.
still do a lot of fulfillment, like I review the files and everything, but
Mhm.
like all of the heavy lifting, the bookkeeping and everything, that's pretty much taken
What
care
percentage
of.
of your time is going towards front end versus back end?
Too much on the back end,
Okay.
for sure. And that's what I realized. I need to focus on the constraint. I need
Yeah.
to do more front end.
Yeah.
That was like my main takeaway from this.
Good.
But where on the front end, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, the labor is the first thing you need to outsource, and then comes admin and eventually operations and sales.
okay. So one, LinkedIn should be able to allow you to scale more in terms of your outbound efforts. You can go through Sales Navigator and then basically create.
I can only do 150 connection messages though.
I think you can do more. I feel like
No.
like there's a way.
Yeah. I could,
You
I
have
could,
not
I could
capped
create another
LinkedIn.
account and then
No,
like,
like
have a burner
no, like big
account.
companies use LinkedIn and they're not like capping at your sales velocity.
Do they do cold DMs or do they do ads?
No, I know they're not. I'm talking from a DM's perspective.
Yeah.
No, ads, obviously, you can scale like pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, there is a solution. I'm just not the one who's like DMing every day, and so I
Yeah.
don't know the click here
Okay.
answer to that. But there is a solution. That being said, in order, I would still go back to front on this, which is that, like you have to get more of your time back because right now I can feel. This is me just not overstepping. I feel the stress, you know what I mean, of what's going on. And the good news is this, man. Like it's been 11 months. You have a business doing 250 grand a year. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So congrats.
Thank you.
But
And that is exactly what Alex says to do at the beginning, is to try and scale the unscalable. So be the superhero until you hit about this much in revenue, and then buy your time back with the money you made.
in terms of the way to get customers, if LinkedIn is working really well for you, I'm very confident that there's a way to do more. But if for some reason the gods of LinkedIn have just banned you from doing this, then running LinkedIn ads might just be the next best thing. Because if all the people are already there, you already know what the targeting is, and you already know what the offer is, because you can use basically the same structure that you use in the DMs, you just do it at scale via LinkedIn, then that might just be the kind of the next best bet. You may be able to, whoever is really good at LinkedIn ads, or you may be able to do ads that go to message. Is that true? Can you do that?
You can use Tripify, and actually you can surpass the limit of messages you can send out.
There's a way. And you have a will.
And also run ads actually. So
Okay.
if you want, we can talk.
Appreciate it. Thank you very
No,
much.
but I say to say like so this is a better meta thing here is that you have so little time and attention.
Yeah.
Like this was a 60-second figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll bet you if you had all your time back, you would have figured this out in one day. That you could have done more
Exactly.
DMs. But it's like you're barely getting those done, and then it's like it's not coming in fast enough, and then you've got fires on the back end. But you're not doing anything wrong. It's just this is the season, and so whenever you start a business, you always incur debt. It's something that like it took me a long time to understand this. Every
if it's
business
not
incurs
money.
debt. It's just which debt you want to incur.
Right.
And so you will either incur talent debt, like you don't have any good people, right? You'll incur technological
course.
debt. So you have like no IT systems in place.
Yep.
You'll incur financial debt if you wanted to take money on. And
That's the
sometimes if you
obvious
take
one.
money on, then it allows you to get the IT infrastructure in place, get talent that you otherwise couldn't afford.
Yeah.
But then you have to pay the financial debt back. So it's really just which debt do I want to incur and which one is easier for me to pay back. And so right now, you've chosen, I'm not saying it's wrong, to take on technical debt and talent debt as the primary two types of debt. And so you're paying it right now in how you're working. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so the stress that you're feeling is normal, and it will, this may sound terrible, but it will go away at like never. And it'll just change.
No, but seriously, this is the part of business that people don't understand, and it's why so many people bang their head against the wall over and over again trying to figure out how to be successful at business. Is they get into a business, they think of this business idea, they hear it from somewhere, they think, oh man, this is going to be awesome, this is going to be great, I can't wait to do this. They fall in love with it. It's like getting a new girlfriend, and you're in this honeymoon phase, and then you go into the business, you get a couple $100,000 in revenue, and you realize, wow, this is a lot of work, there's a lot of problems, a lot of headaches, there's no one else to help me, it's just me, and I'm broke, and there's little cash flow, and I'm making all these mistakes, and there's just these compound on compound, and then you go and you find another business because this business is too hard, right? I'm stressed, I don't want to do this anymore. But the only way you get past that is not by opening a new business. It's by dealing with the problems that each business has, because every business has problems and every business is stressful. Otherwise, everybody would be their own boss and have their own business and make a bunch of money. But it's hard and it sucks. And the only way to do it is just do it.
You'll just have bigger problems. But yeah, so, but I just want you to, like, you're not doing anything wrong. I think there are ways to scale the outbound. In order to do that, you still need to get the back end fixed, which is what we do is we look at a time calendar, we map out all the minutes of the day, we try and block those into what are the activities that we're doing that have the lowest leverage, give those to somebody else, and then you need to spend it as quickly as possible. You need to get to like 6 hours a day of promotion.
Okay.
And you basically need to keep doing that until you're probably at about between 1 and 3 million a year. And then you'll have the additional cash flow to be able to bring somebody else in who's high level who can take some of this load off of you. I'm guessing you don't have an operator.
No, I need
Right, yeah.
but not right now.
So this is kind of like there's no right way up the mountain.
Right.
This will apply to a lot of you. There are, like, you can see this with math. So it's not like theory here. Like, let's say you're doing $1 million top line and you have 25% margins. Good business, $250,000 in profit. Okay. Well, if I want to bring in somebody who's really good to help me out, I have two options. I can either do that person's job and then work 18 hours a day and then still have money so I can feed myself, or I bring that person in, have no profit, because the cost of somebody who's like that is 180, 200, whatever, maybe some upside.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like my profit's gone. And so that's why that period is so terrible, because either you're working yourself to death or your business feels like it's on thin ice, because if you hiccup, you lose money. And so
Yeah, and then the other issue is, could you imagine if you're taking home $500,000 a year in income? You're much more willing to sacrifice $200,000 of that to bring on an executive, to bring on a high-level employee, because you're still making $300,000. But if you're making $75,000 a year and you're barely surviving, it's much harder to go down to, $35,000 a year to hire an admin for $40,000. So once you build a bigger business, these sacrifices are easier because you're still making a ton of money relative to what you made before.
that's why we call it the swamp.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, you just, like, the good news is that every entrepreneur has been there before you, and you will make it.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
If you're still stuck chasing leads, overwhelmed on the back end, and not scaling as fast as you know you should, rewatch this and actually apply what Alex Hormozi just laid out. The game isn't more tactics, it's leverage, focus, and fixing the real constraint. And if you want more real, no BS breakdowns like this every single day, just hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss another video.